it's me, and welcome back to the channel of Chill Time with Chelsea. So today we're playing part 2 of the Mikawa Flower Festival. So, well, we just got into a good start, so I just got my...
He's constantly looking back. Paimon's calling it now. Something fishy is going on.
Don't jump to conclusions. Let's keep watching.
Good point. He could be on his way to meet someone. Let the hunter become the hunted.
Reporting back, ma'am. Nothing suspicious to note at the Bunshin Phantasm booth. It's possible there's no connection to the incident from last night.
I see. Did you find any clues? Any other clues?
Sarah?
Hazel! Good morning, you two.
Hazel! What's going on here?
I was wondering who was daring enough to sneak up on one of our detectives. Maybe I should have expected to be you. So I guess that makes us the hunted traveler, Paimon.
Forgive me, ma'am. I have failed as a detective. I did not realize someone was on my tail.
Considering traveler skill, the fault is not with you.
So, what's going on? What are you investigating? Must be serious if Hazel's involved.
Well, about that. Well, unfortunately, my orders prevent me from sharing that information with you.
Huh? What orders? You really can't tell us anything?
If Sarah and Hazel are so hesitant to divulge information, there is only one person who could be responsible. Those orders come from the Shogun, don't they? Huh? Yep, busted.
An astute observation, traveler. Tell her the truth.
Shogun!
What? The Shogun is here?
No, I believe this is A.
You recognized me with a single glance?
Shogun, we still haven't completed the investigation.
It matters not. I am certain the person standing before us is our friend, the traveler. Her gaze, her presence, her mastery of several types of elemental energy. There is no mistake. And we need her help.
Understood. An investigation and team was sent to survey a piece of land. Yesterday, the Tenryou Commission received a report that the team was found unconscious in the field. Not only that, but the group appeared to have become trapped in an endless nightmare, unable to wake up.
No, please! Stay away!
We detected intermittent traces of yokai power where they were found. We followed the traces and we ended up here, just outside the festival grounds.
What?
Should we call off the festival? Unfortunately, it's not that simple. You've heard of the rumors about the doppelgangers, yes? We suspect the culprit has the ability to change form, allowing them to spread misinformation at will. They may have already infiltrated the festival grounds. If we call the festival, we may give them a chance to escape amid the chaos. Even the slightest movement could alert them. Locking down the festival grounds could provoke them to attack, which would endanger the public.
You're right. That's a big risk.
The purpose of this festival is to bring humans and yokai together. We cannot allow the culprit to endanger anyone.
But what if they attack again? A very valid concern. Last night, we dispatched a group of soldiers out to the festival grounds. They'll remain uncovered to keep an eye on things. We also blocked up several nearby roads under the pretext of construction, so we can keep civilians away as much as possible. Even the almighty Shogun has taken upon herself to patrol the area all night.
Fortunately, no one else has been harmed.
Thank you.
Ah, so the thunder we heard was you!
I apologize of our feelings, Shogun. You should not have had to intervene.
On the contrary, it was my decision. I was unable to capture the culprit last night, so I left to discuss a plan with Miko. I did not show myself once I saw you were safe, and for that, I apologize.
Speaking of Miko, where is she?
She is investigating the trace of yokai power found at the scene. Though it fades in and out, it never strays from Mount Yogo.
Which means if the culprit infiltrated the festival grounds, they must be still nearby. The only people close to the grounds last night were the staff and contestants staying at the shrine.
Miko is working with the Kamisato siblings to verify the identities of the staff members. They should be done soon. As for the contestants, that inquiry must be performed by someone else.
Is that why you need my help?
The Tenryou Commission is too conspicuous. But as the judge of the competition, you can ask questions without arousing suspicion.
Okay, so you need us to talk to the teams and see if there's an imposter among us?
Precisely. Traveler, I understand these people are your friends, and it puts you in a difficult position. But if one of them has indeed been displaced by a yokai, they could be in grave danger.
I understand. I'll do my best.
Thank you. I truly hope the situation is not as grave as it seems.
What are you guys gonna do next? Continue to investigate from a distance?
Well, there's only so much we can learn that way, so I think we need to find a way to slip onto the grounds. But it's better us to be at the scene if something goes wrong. I hear the Shogun is too far revered a figure for that. If she arrives on the ground, it will certainly cause a stir.
Worry not. Miko and I discussed that issue. She claims to have a plan. The preparations are underway as we speak.
One of her genius plans, huh?
Somehow scheme seems more accurate.
Indeed. If you learn any details of said plan, I would like to know what I'm getting myself into.
The weather is lovely and warm. Okay, so where do we start? We need to ask questions to figure out if there's an imposter, but we can't arouse suspicion. Oh, looks like Sayu's team is already here. Well, guess we'll just play it by ear.
Hey, Sayu.
So tired. I don't feel rested at all. How come you two have so much energy? Didn't you stay up even later than me?
Kijibushi, that's not a nice thing to say a friend of, and Sayu's probably just tired because she came up with all those ideas yesterday, with all the ideas yesterday. Need a break, Sayu? I can start thinking about the ending stages in the meantime. It's been forever since we've done something fun together. You need to have enough energy to enjoy it.
Oh, it's okay. I can push through. Sayu and Yoimiya seem the same as ever. Kichibushi, too. How should we test them?
Let's ask about the past.
Oh, good idea! Doppelgangers only mimic appearances. They wouldn't know about someone's past. Let's give it a try. White fur! Yellow fur!
Whoa, you guys are here bright and early?
Yeah, well, the Traveler's judging this thing, so we can't slack off, right?
Still, you don't need to make anything. So, what's the rush?
Yeah. If the people in charge are here early, that usually means there's been some kind of emergency. Oh, no, it's just... The Traveler really wanted to see you.
Seriously, Paimon? Oh, why?
Well, it's... your game! Playing your game yesterday? Brought up a whole bunch of old memories. So we wanted to come early to reminisce about old times. You know, because you might be busy later and stuff.
What kind of excuse? What kind of an excuse is that? They're busy now.
White fur acting super strange.
Time to change the topic. Oh, I was just thinking about... Oh, I was just reminded of the certain ambush order.
Huh? Why are you bringing that up all of a sudden?
Well, all the Bakitanuki transformations?
Well, that was my bad. I tried to turn into a barrel, but my tail was sticking out. So you found me immediately. But this time, I'm not in charge of turning into things anymore. So it should be fine. I think.
Wait!
Kichibushi, what did I say about talking in that way? Anyway, you seem to have a good grasp on transformations yesterday. Sayu, what's the story? It all started with a certain mysterious order.
That one shouldn't be on me. I didn't realize I was tricked until later. Did all that work and didn't even get to nap. Really shouldn't have taken that order.
Still, we had some fun times together, right? Yeah, we had some fun times together, right?
Based on what happened, I guess you could say that.
Whoa, I never seen this look on your face, Sayu. Whoa, I never seen the look on Sayu's face. What the... sorry, I don't want to say that word, but what in the world happened back then?
Mujina is all red.
No, I'm not. And I'm not a Mujina.
After that, you share many more memories together. Oh shoot, where did the time go? We have so many levels to design today.
Oh, we should get out of your hair then. Good luck, everyone. Bye, White Fur. Bye, Yellow Fur. Come back and play.
Okay.
Wow, we've had so many adventures, huh? You don't even realize it until someone brings up the past.
Do you still remember the original meaning of our journey?
Oh yeah, totally. It was, what was it again?
I figured...
Anyway, Paimon didn't pick up on anything suspicious from that team. If anything, we were the weird ones forcing conversations and stuff.
And whose fault is that?
Okay, so maybe it wasn't the best strategy. Leaning into the judge angle is probably a safer bet. Let's ask about the creative process behind the game and confirm their identities that way. Paimon saw Toma's team show up just now, so we can investigate them next.
Okay, Toma and the Yokai Gang. What are you up to?
Hey, Toma! We were hoping to learn a bit more about the philosophy behind your game. Is now a good time?
Oh, looks like our judges are hard at work this morning.
Feel a soft bee?
Oh, Boss can explain that one.
Boss and Shosei were up super late last night coming up with ideas.
And he's back at it this morning, as energetic as ever. Boss is the best!
I don't deserve that much praise. But when it comes to the talking part, I guess I'm the best person to answer your question.
Time for an interview.
Into you?
Ask away, judges. What do you think is the most interesting aspect of your game? I'd have to say working with others to overcome challenges.
Hold on! You can't just ask a simple question, Traveler. Watch and learn. Ahem. We'd love to learn more about your design approach and strategic vision. What will be the project's main draw, and how will it deliver emotional value to your players?
This is basically the same question. That's basically the same question. Sounds like you took a question straight from the one of a business expert in retail. In that case, let me say this. This product will be fast-paced, easy to digest, releasing that capitalize on the enduring popularity of the traditional genre while addressing its common pain points. By reviewing our strengths and needs of our players, we will be able to synchronize them across production levels and provide a refined experience that is more receptive to our users and more enjoyable overall.
Impressive! And completely over Paimon's head.
Nice one, boss!
Haha, I kind of confused myself. Honestly, I'm used up to hearing that kind of talk in retail, so I guess I picked up a few things.
Fixer is a tough nut to crack, huh? Shoot! Paimon can't pick apart an answer she doesn't understand. Over to you, Traveler.
You continue asking questions and Toma answers fully. So there you have it. I hope I answered your question, judges.
Whoa, not a single stumper.
Ne- Never underestimate a housekeeper. Uh-huh. Well, I'm sure the interview is the only one part of the evaluation process. Well, I see. Well, see what you think when you play the game yourself. Which reminds me, I should probably get back to work on this stage. Want to give it a try when we're done? It would be my pleasure. In that case, let's get to it.
Yes, Boss Toma.
Okay, after a while playing
Well,
game.
Toma's answers were all very genuine. Paimon didn't notice anything un-Toma-like about them. Plus, he was with Shosei until late last night. If you think about when we saw the nightmare creature, the timing doesn't match up. Kozo and his two friends were together the whole time, too. They would have noticed if someone was acting weird. So, we're back at square one. That just leaves Kokomi's team, right? Guess we should check them out.
Okay, so that leaves Gyokoban. Wait, Kokomi and Goro are not here. And Mizuki's not here either.
Huh? White fur and yellow fur are here early. You're here alone? Huh. Where are Kokomi and the others?
Don't know about Great Yokai, but Soul Lady is behind you.
Soul Lady? Oh, as in Soul of the Deep. Okay. Wait, did you say behind us?
Oh, there they are. You have questions for me, I presume?
Kokomi! A little warning next time.
Sounds like you already know why we're here. Yes, I heard about the doppelganger incident. When I saw you around the venue just now, it wasn't hard to connect the dots. As for what you want to know, energy.
Energy? Oh, the numbers you write in your diary.
In a tree? Dry berry?
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry.
So, can we leave it here, there, right? You don't need to ask any more questions, I would imagine. Yep, all good. As for our Yokoban...
Yobokoban is a criminal?
No, of course not. You're in the clear.
In the clear. Is good?
Very good.
Good.
What about Mizuki? Where did she go?
She left after receiving a message in the middle of the night. Look back on it, perhaps related to your own investigation. Oh, as she left, I heard whispers under her breath, ordering me around in the middle of the night. Who does she think she is? Miko? She probably needed an expert on nightmares to help formulate a strategy. Well, I guess that also confirms Mizuki's identity.
Something tells me a certain someone is missing me.
Huh? Miko and Mizuki.
Hello, traveler. Paimon.
Did you finish up your work?
Yes, I left the rest to the young fellow from the Kamisato clan. At least for now, there's nothing suspicious to note.
That means the culprit didn't manage to sneak in. That's a relief.
Just like that, you let down your guard? And all it took was for me to wear her face.
The culprit?
What the? I want 30% of the
Oh,
profit.
Greedy
Miko!
little thing. I thought we agreed on 20.
You're the only one in Inazumu who would do that.
Oh, it's getting harder and harder to tease you, Traveler.
Can you stop with the teasing then? Even I'm reaching my limit.
500 years and you're still not used to it? Sounds like you need more practice.
At least spare me for the day. I can't take the mental torment right now. I'm running on fumes.
So what did you do last night?
Investigated the Shogunate officials' nightmares, analyzed the traces of yokai power around Mount Yogo. Oh, and worked on some new game stages, of course.
All in one night?
Well, I didn't want someone to ruin the Mikawa Flower Festival. But I also wanted to do my best for my part of the festival. Besides, I've talked to many patients who worked multiple jobs just to make ends meet. Compared to that, complaining about one night of hard work is a little unreasonable, don't you think?
Even so, I think you should take a break. Miss Mizuki, Gyokoban, and I can handle the game development in the meantime. I learned a lot yesterday. I'm sure I can handle a few design elements while you get some rest. We can have our lead developer out of commission. I'm not confident I can bring our vision to fruition my own.
You're very persuasive, Kokomi. It would seem you also have a talent for clinical psychology. I'll leave it to you two then.
Sweet dreams.
Mizuki goes to rest.
Mizuki really cares about the festival, huh? She's putting so much pressure on herself.
Perhaps she's reminded of the festivals of the past when I was just a kid, and Mizuki a young Baku. We would rush past the other yokai, desperate to get the first piece of fried tofu from the ramen stand. It would seem she hasn't forgotten, even after 500 years.
Sound like you haven't forgotten either.
You know, there's something to be said for knowing when to keep your mouth shut, little one. Well, enough about the past. We must focus on the matter at hand.
But you didn't notice anything suspicious, right? That should mean the culprit didn't sneak in.
That's one possibility. The other is that the culprit's transformation is even more convincing than we imagined. In that case, we need a detective with a more professional skill set. Or we need to find a way to provoke them and get their facade to crack.
But that sounds dangerous.
If the culprit is deep in disguise, a slight provocation won't completely expose them. What we need is to create reasonable doubt. Make the culprit question whether their cover is blown. As they hesitate over whether to make some kind of last stand, that is our chance.
So, how do you plan to provoke them?
Oh, A didn't tell you? Allow me to show you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Mikawa Flower Festival, it is my honor to announce an esteemed guest from Tenshukaku has agreed to take part in this year's festival. Please welcome Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ogosho, God of Thunder.
It's the Shogun! The Almighty Shogun is here in person?
So this was your plan, Miko?
Well, not bad, right?
Wow, that was quite the entrance. Paimon can't believe she agreed to that.
The Almighty Shogun presents inbound to a cause stir. Instead of struggling to maintain a low profile, it's better for her to step into the open. And it means a detective can slip into the venue alongside to continue without turning any heads at all. In the presence of the shogun, and even the most cunning of criminals can let down their guard. Their every move needs to be faultless. The more you focus on getting one thing right, the easier it is to become cracks in the glass. That's what Miko wants us to take advantage of. And she's using Almighty Shogun as bait. Lady Guji is as daring as ever.
Why didn't you clue us in earlier? We wasted all that time asking pointless questions.
Your intel was very useful. Actually, we don't know how things will unfold, but I have a feeling the truth will be revealed soon. In the meantime, stick with the Shogun. Traveler, we need everyone to focus on her. I'll do my best. Alright, under my command, the Tenryou Commission will remain on high alert. If anything goes wrong, report back to me at once. After that, we survey each stall just like yesterday. Oh, there's the library one. And there's that one. A presence definitely caused a stir, but it didn't take long for some festive atmosphere to return. Maybe a day will come A can leave the Tenchukaku and it won't be sure I'll run out. Oh.
Another day of hard work. Where did the time go? Huh? When did A get ahead of us? Let's catch up.
Almighty Shogun! Glory to your everlasting reign! Welcome. Welcome.
This stall looks familiar. Yet it would seem the ownership has changed hands.
You must be thinking of Tomoki. He wasn't feeling well today, so I'm filling in.
I see. Yet, you remind me of someone. A Doshin from the Tenryou Commission.
What are you looking at, A?
The food offerings. Although this vendor seems...
The vendor is giving me a pleading look. Judging his work skills, it almost seems like his first day on job. He's working.
Working? Ah. I see. I appreciate your dedication, sir.
Of course. It's an honor to serve such esteemed guests.
No need for formalities. I'll take 3 orders of dango milk.
Right away.
3 orders? So Paimon gets one too?
Yes. I wanted to thank you for accompanying me. Without you by my side, I imagine the people here would be on edge even now. I have my reasons for being here, of course. but I would hate to tarnish the festive atmosphere.
This festival is for everyone.
Indeed. The Mikawa Flower Festival. Hundreds of years have passed since I last partook of the festivities. Much is different this time. The people, the place, the games. Yet, the name endures, and the joy of celebration along with it. I suppose that, in itself, is a form of eternity.
Traveler, Paimon. And the almighty Shogun?
Oh, Mizuki! Looks like you got some much-needed rest.
Yume Mizuki. Thank you for your aid earlier.
Of course. I'm always willing to help. It's my duty. I wish I could have dispelled the nightmares, but this situation is uncharted territory for me.
Even so, relieving the pain of the nightmares is no small feat. You honor the legacy of the Yumeku Ippaku.
So not even Mizuki could fix it? What's going on with this nightmare creature?
Let's save the difficult questions for later. Actually, I came here to ask you something. Want to come to the Isa bathhouse with me? Most of the contestants will be there. Oh, and don't worry about payment. It's my treat.
Really? Yes, let's go!
You want us to go to the hot springs now?
Well, game development isn't easy. Most of the contestants are exhausted and could use a break. You've been under a lot of pressure yourselves with the investigation and all, so I thought you might like to join.
Of course we would! Right, Traveler?
I will remain here. I rarely have time away from Tenshukaku, and I would like to continue perusing the stalls.
Aw, that's too bad.
Then I'm not going either.
Ah, I almost forgot. Miko wanted to talk to you, Traveler. I'll take you to her first.
Oh? Well, why don't we all go?
Almighty Shogun, your dango milk is ready.
Oh, delicious.
No need, Shogun. Miko just had some quick things to go over with the judges, that's all. You and Paimon can wait here. We'll only be a minute.
Be right back.
Alright, now we can talk freely.
Why you needed to talk to me in private? Why?
I think something's off with the Shogun. You've been with her the whole day. Have you noticed anything?
Yeah, she seemed troubled.
Exactly. You noticed too.
Something did seem off with A today. Maybe she's not used to leaving Tenshukaku. Or was it the reaction of the crowd? No, we've been through so much. Something so trivial wouldn't shake her. She must be keeping something to herself.
I've witnessed a lot of cases where patients, for a variety of reasons, are unwilling or unable to seek help. Unfortunately, that only exacerbates the problem. Until their emotions become so heavy, even the strongest of people collapse under the weight. I see those warning signs in the Shogun.
So even the Archons aren't immune to emotional strain?
Humans, yokai, and Archons bear the same capacity for emotion, and are naturally susceptible to the same mental turmoil. It's very possible that someone who appears strong on the outside has learned to compartmentalize their negative emotions, and that is far from healthy.
I understand.
Anyway, the quickest route to curing the mind is through the heart. That's where you come in, Traveler.
As a clinical psychologist, isn't that where you come in?
Approaching someone in a professional capacity often makes them more guarded. But don't worry, you'll still have my help. Here, with these 2 special coupons, you can get into Isa Bathhouse after closing. Then, this is what you're gonna do.
Finally, you're back! Paimon's had 2 servings of dango milk already!
Sorry for the wait. It sounds like the Traveler has other plans, Paimon. So we'll head to the bathhouse on our own.
Huh? You're not coming?
I'll explain later. Just have fun.
Okay. Paimon will bring you back a hot spring egg!
There is no need to stay behind on my behalf. If you leave now, I'm sure you can catch up.
Something tells me you chose to stay behind on our behalf.
What makes you say that?
You don't want people to be on edge because of you.
If my presence makes them nervous or impedes their ability to relax, does that not defeat the purpose of going to the hot springs? I already disturbed their progress by coming to the festival. The last thing everyone needs is more distractions.
But aren't you under pressure too?
As you know, this body is hardly that fragile. It can operate for another 100 years with no issue.
You didn't deny it.
Mortals are weak in body and mind. If there is a choice of who to bear such a burden, naturally that person should be me.
What if you didn't have to worry about bothering anyone?
What does it matter? The world is not so easily bent to one's will.
I'll take that as a yes. We can get into the bathhouse after closing. Yep, we got a coupon.
What clever verbal tricks, Traveler. It appears you've been spending too much time with Miko.
It's an honest offer.
You think you can get away with manipulating the Shogun? I wouldn't be so sure.
You'll go, won't you?
Persistent indeed. Very well. As you proposed, we shall set out at midnight.
Okay, wait until nighttime at 7 p.m. to... Oh, that's simple. Okay, so let's invite A to the bathhouse.
Well, shall we head out? All right, no reason to delay.
Oh, here we are, the Isa bathhouse.
Steam replete with the scent of orchids. Water that turns the complexion a blushing pink. So, this is a hot spring.
So, is it your first time here?
Yes, there are royal hot springs near Tenshukaku. But the plans were set in motion only after Hiragi Hiroshi introduced the Snezhnayan blast furnace to Inazuma, and that was 500 years ago. When the project was complete, I was already in the plain of Euthymia. And naturally, the body of the Shogun has no need for such luxuries.
Hiragi Hiroshi?
The members of the Kanjo Commission were once friends with Makoto and the Kitsune Saigu. Although mere mortals, those who managed to survive back then were special individuals indeed.
Does it have anything to do with what's happening right now?
What makes you say that?
The look on your face.
Now I see why my officials claim that the hot springs facilitate conversation. Even I find myself divulging more than intended. You're correct. Following the dark disaster 500 years ago, a nightmare engulfed Inazuma. On a battlefield consumed in darkness, our soldiers fought against dark forces, creatures capable of possessing people and trapping them in nightmares. Even the Yumeku Ibaku could do nothing to wake them.
It doesn't seem bad enough to make you this upset.
Perhaps not. The battle was intense. Those who stood up in defense of this land knew the chance of survival was slim. In the face of certain death, surely a nightmare is nothing to fear. But what if I told you this? If the person trapped in the nightmare was strong enough to overcome incapacitation, it would become a waking nightmare instead. The person would lose all capacity to distinguish dream from reality, perceiving everything in the real world as a continuation of the war, and every precious thing in life as an enemy to be annihilated. And every precious thing in life as an enemy to be annihilated. That is a far more painful nightmare, both for the person in question and those around them.
If I hadn't broken out of the nightmare yesterday, wouldn't that happen to me? Then A must be so worried because... Did that happen to someone back then?
Yes.
What happened?
I unleashed Muso no Hitotachi and struck her down.
I'm sorry.
No need. I have no regrets. I know it was the right decision, both for Inazuma's sake and her own. If necessary, I would do it again.
Hey.
Well, it's about time you two showed yourselves, yes? You've listened in long enough.
Oh.
Oh, it's you two. Mizuki's helpers.
Before you say anything, this part wasn't me.
Oh, Miko and
Well,
Mizuki.
Since the cat's out of the bag, how about a hot spring tea party?
Hey!
Ah, nice and warm. No wonder the hot springs relaxed your inhibitions, eh?
So who came up with this idea? I want the truth.
I guess both of us?
Well, I happened to consult a certain clinical psychologist about how to get an old friend to open up. In her expert opinion, doing something new with a trusted companion in a new environment can make someone less guarded. Looks like it worked like a charm.
I understand the reasoning.
It's one thing to trust that Miko has good intentions, but would you let your guard down around her?
Good point.
Your concern is misplaced. I kept these matters to myself because I was unsure whether this incident is connected to the past, and I did not want to interfere with the investigation. If the investigation reached an impasse, or new clues pointed to the nightmare from back then, naturally, I would have discussed this intel with you.
Intel, huh? It appears you still don't understand why I wanted you to open up in the first place.
What was that?
Sounds like it came from outside. Let's check it out. Oh no! Someone's unconscious!
Is it a nightmare?
It seems different in some respects. Step back and allow me to examine her.
She's awake?
What's going on? Almighty Shogun?
What happened just now? What frightened you?
Shogun, It's all right. With the Shogun here, nothing can hurt you. Just take a deep breath and tell us what happened. I almost fainted again just now.
Is that what happened earlier? You fainted?
Yes. I was on my way to your restaurant. And as I was crossing the bridge, I saw someone staring at me from behind a tree. It was hard to make out their appearance in the dark, but I had a bad feeling. So I tried to get a closer look in the moonlight.
A doppelganger.
And it was me! In that moment, I thought about how people who see their doppelganger usually end up dead, and I fainted from the shock. I don't remember anything after that.
A doppelganger? In Inazuma City? But we only detected traces of the nightmare around Mount Yogo.
I heard that people encountered doppelgangers at Mount Yogo too! Could it be the work of some terrible yokai?
The strongest yokai in Inazuma are all right here.
Now that we have an understanding of the situation, why don't I take you to the police station to file a report?
Okay.
The situation is getting worse. If the doppelganger is limited to the festival grounds, that's one thing. But appearing on a random street in Inazuma City...
On the bright side, the victim seems okay this time.
Bad news, Shogun!
A Tenryou Commission official? What's wrong?
Another victim! At the festival! Kappa is trapped in a nightmare!
What?
But Sara and the others were keeping watch.
Make haste. Back to Mount Yogo at once.
Okay, this is bad. Now we have a doppelganger breached into the festival? Oh. Okay. There's Star and Hazel.
Kappa! Kappa!
Excuse me. Let me take a look.
Mizuki! Traveler! Finally, you're back!
Shogun, the fault is mine. The Tenryou Commission failed to protect those who are under our charge.
Now's not the time to cast blame. Did anyone witness the attack?
No, we have failed you. There is no trace of the enemy.
We split up for just a second, and the next thing we knew, he was on the ground.
Oh, it must be some terrible yokai.
Other than the Danuki transformation, and was no trace of yokai power at the scene. It's almost like the culprit's methods are getting more sophisticated. The doppelganger in Inazuma City? Wait, was a doppelganger in Inazuma City? Yeah, seemed like it. Doppelgangers, nightmares in Inazuma City, Mount Yogo.
How is he, Mizuki?
It's strange. I can't perceive his nightmare. It's almost like he's not there at all.
The yokai! It must be getting stronger! Kappa? Oh, please don't die.
It's my fault. I should have anticipated the culprit might resort to more sophisticated methods.
No, it was I who underestimated the enemy. I who allowed us to continue the festival despite the potential dangers. Sarah, what is the status of the other contestants and staff?
All normal. I asked the Yashiro Commission to move them to a secure location just to be safe.
Good. By decree of the Shogun, I declare that the Mikawa Flower Festival is...
Wait,
What is it, Miko?
you're being too hasty, eh? I understand your concern for the people, but I urge you to think this through, or we risk playing into the enemy's hand. Considering your history with nightmares, you have better cause than anyone to exercise caution. But do you truly believe that what we're facing now is just a nightmare?
Explain.
Call it intuition. If you want the truth, perhaps Doshin Shikanoin could shed some light. I believe there's been a break in the case.
You flatter me, Lady Gucci. I do have a few ideas. Up to this point, we've only detected traces of the nightmare creature around Mount Yuko, and now a doppelganger appears in Inazuma City. Our original thought was a culprit infiltrated the venue to evade a capture. If so, there would be no reason for them to risk exposure by continuing to change form. Rather than concluding the nightmare creature on the top of everything, now that has his ability mind. People who saw doppelgangers were mistaken, and the nightmare I saw wasn't real. No, I can't explain it right away. An enemy that has two different abilities that can suddenly appear and disappear without a trace. It seemed too random, like a novel from the AI publishing house that tries to incorporate every element under the sun. Nightmare creatures and the doppelgangers are separate entities. That's why their methods are so different. They have separate goals.
That doesn't sound right. I need to think about this some more.
Nope. Okay.
That doesn't sound right.
Okay, that one's the last one. What if it's a different person? That's right, the entities appeared at the same time and place. That's why the Tenryou Commission conflated the two at first. But if we ignore the nightmare creature and look at the doppelganger incident in isolation, the culprit its motive is clear. We thought the culprit was changing to evade capture, but if the doppelganger is responsible for the nightmare, they would be no more deserving of arrest than a random prankster. Oops. Taking control of Inazuma by replacing everyone with doppelgangers, I doubt even a folktale will come up with this. I'm being so unrealistic. Doppelganger incident didn't actually hurt anyone, but the folk tale about the doppelganger did cause people to panic. That must be the culprit's goal.
That doesn't sound right. I need to think about this some more.
Okay, maybe not. So, not that.
That doesn't sound...
So, the only thing we do is cause a panic. That's right. Because of the folktale about doppelgangers, the culprit was able to incite the panic without attacking anyone at all. But after the Tenryou Commission secured the venue, the culprit appeared in Inazuma City, so that the panic would spread. But what is the end goal? Panic doesn't seem like enough of a motive. You're right. Panic is meant at the end. But I think this shift of Inazuma City proves something. Whatever their goal, terrorizing one location wasn't enough. And since Inazuma City is their target, the person there in person at the festival should be absent. Unless the culprit found a way to cover their tracks and incite more panic by leaving behind a stand. Oh! What?
Kappa is made of wood?
Then where's the real Kappa?
No wonder I couldn't sense the nightmare.
I see. So the doppelganger infiltrated the festival as Kappa and is currently hiding in Inazuma City. Is that correct?
Not just that. Replacing one person wasn't enough. If multiple people are replaced at once, they can cover for each other. We didn't get to see each other much during the test of courage.
Kozo and his two friends were together the whole time, too. They would have noticed if someone was acting weird.
The kind of transformation is said to have a particular weakness. If the subject is frightened, the disguise starts with a crumble. Isn't that right, Yoko and Tosume Kozo?
It's a Bakedaniki tail!
Whoa, they have fake tails! They're doppelgangers!
Kikaku! Kikaku! Run!
Whoa, Darukis!
Tetsunosuke?
They're getting away!
Aren't you supposed to be in Inazuma City?
And leave you two by yourselves? That's not the Tanuki way!
No fighting! Let's go!
Oh, that was crazy.
Bakedaniki! Those little terrors! Come on, let's go after them! Pirates had enough of these things! What even are they?
Whoa.
More Bakedaniki tricks?
Oh. Ah, dirt balls! Nowhere to run!
Nothing's working! The humans are catching up!
Little rascals! Stop running!
You wish!
Transform! Stupid humans won't be able to recognize us! You can't see me. You can't see me. I'm up on fire.
Tetsunosuke, you idiot! Don't tell them the three of us turned into bonfires!
Hear that, Traveler? Bonfires! 3 of them! We'll show them, stupid!
Ha! There you are!
Transform!
They're gone again!
Where are you, last one? Where are you, Kichiro? There you are!
Tsukumo!
Okay, there you all are.
We're almost rid of them.
That's enough. I will not fail the Shogun again because of you.
Tengu! Tengu was flying! Tengu is a cheater!
Surrender now, and I will spare your life.
Tengu! Why are you helping the humans? Tengu is a yokai!
My loyalty is the Shogun. Humans and yokais are no different in my eyes.
Shogun? That's the leader of the humans!
Shogun sent people to steal our land! Shogun is bad!
Nonsense! The Shogun would never give such an order.
Calm yourself, Sarah. Let's hear them out.
Shogun sent humans to steal our home!
And the Mikawa Flower Festival! Shogun is making yokai serve the humans!
Serve the humans? He's not talking about the game development, is he?
Shogun even forced Great Baku Yokai to work all night!
Oh, you mean yesterday? That was my choice, actually.
Jeez, where are these ideas coming from?
Kichibushi and the others weren't forced into anything.
Stay back!
Humans want to enslave us again!
Hold on. Something's not right. We should try a different approach.
No need. I know what's wrong. They're trapped in a nightmare.
What are you doing? Trying to put Tetsunosuke to work?
Kinkaku doesn't want to stay up all night.
Servitude, enslavement. These might sound like ridiculous misunderstandings to us, but that is their reality right now. A world of despair and fear, where enemies lurk at every turn, devoid of even a single shred of light.
So, they're sleepwalking? How do we wake them up?
If we knew how, we would have done so back then.
Give us your worst! Kinkaku will never leave the Tanuki path! Kinkaku will die before serving you!
I may have a solution.
Truly?
If the nightmares come from the abyss...
What are you doing? No, don't!
Yeah, the absorbing of all the abyss power!
The humans are everywhere. We can't hide forever.
How long have we been hiding? 100 years? 500 years?
No idea. If Yoroi was still around, he would remember.
Shh, quiet! Someone's coming.
This is a fine piece of land. The grain yield should be exceptional.
Remember to check for traces of yokai in the surrounding area. By order of the Shogun.
By order of the Shogun, we are to exterminate all yokai that cross our path.
Why so hasty? We should leave some alive. We can make them work their own land.
Hey, you know about the Mikawa Flower Festival, right? I heard 50% of the profit is going to the development fund.
Oh yeah, the festival for humans.
And...
The festival for humans, and humans alone. The yokai have had their fun. It's our turn now.
That's right. We should put them to work. They're known for their transformations, right? Then the little monkeys can dance for us until they die!
No! How could they do that?
Quiet, or they'll catch us.
Whoa. Hey, it's that samurai we met before.
What? What is that?
Hey, are you alright? Yoko, Kappa, I need help over here! Hold on! We're coming!
Whoa, so that would happen to Kappa.
The yokai and the humans are unconscious?
The same thing happened to all of them?
The Mikawa Flower Festival.
This yokai can speak.
No, if we don't make it to the Mikawa Flower Festival, Boss Tama will be so upset. Boss Tama will eat us.
The humans are coming for us. We're gonna lose our home. What do we do?
We infiltrate the Mikawa Flower Festival. We scare the humans away and then they won't come.
But how do we get into the festival?
Boss Toma is the best!
How about we turn into those 3 yokai?
These memories, they belong to the Bakidaruki.
Traveler! Traveler!
Are you all right, Traveler?
I'm fine.
Ginkaku Tetsunosuke. Not all humans are bad. Yellowfur over there helped me a great deal, you know.
Besides, the Bakedaniki were only sealed away back then because Ioroi stole that comb.
Yoroi? It's a thief? Yoroi got what he deserved.
How was I to know it was used to make sacred Sakura Daifuku? I gave it back, didn't I?
So the humans were mean for no reason?
Well, if you must know, the young human and I fought. I was perhaps a tad careless, so I conceded the match. Anyway, the point is, neither side is bad.
There he goes again, changing the subject when it makes him look bad.
Now you know. No human is trying to harm you.
So, it was all a nightmare.
500 years in hiding? For nothing.
It was a 500-year-long game of hide and seek. What's so bad about that? Besides, you won.
Huh? We won? Go us! We're even better than Ioroi!
Hey, my game of hide and seek isn't over yet.
Wow, the mind of a Bakedaniki is something else. Still so cheerful even after all that.
That nature is what isolated them from the worst effects of the nightmare, and prevented them from causing any real harm. But a nightmare that's still affecting people after all this time? Who could it belong to?
I feel...
A horn buried under Mount Yogo.
I feel like I've heard a legend about that.
Tainted by darkness, the Oni warrior raised her sword against the almighty shogun. Losing an arm and a horn to the shogun's blade, she fled into the forest, never to be seen again. A trusted lieutenant fighting against the forces of darkness, she was once devoured whole by a beast from beyond this world, with the body of a tiger and the tail of a serpent, until she tore the creature apart from within. Thus she earned the name Chiyo the Tiger Bite, or Tora Chiyo.
I don't think Chiyo would like that name. Though she escaped the belly of the beast alive, that battle never left her. She saw the memories of her fallen comrades everywhere, slaughtered one after another, until she could no longer distinguish dream from reality.
A nightmare doesn't anticipate someone with the sufficient strength. It turns into something even worse.
The nightmare twisted every joy in her life, her subordinates, family, and friends, into enemies in need of destruction. It was in that state, trapped in the battlefield of her mind, that she raised her sword against me on Mount Yogo. With the Muso no Hitotachi, I cut off her arm, one of her horns, and a portion of the mountain itself. I suspect that is when the horn in question was buried there.
And subsequently uncovered by 3 Bake Danuki. That means the fragment on the horn comes from Chiyo's nightmare.
Nightmares feed on fear and anxiety. If what the traveler saw is true, it's possible Kinkaku and the others' fear over the past 500 years allowed the fragment to gain physical form and become something akin to a Jibakure.
Jibakure?
An earth-bound spirit. They move through the ley lines, but are also bound by them. That's why the traces of this entity appeared intermittently and never outside of Mount Yogo.
It would seem the fragment of this nightmare is no different from the one back then. It hates all joy and every good thing in this world. The investigation team working for a better future? Attacked. Hitotsume Kozo and his friends, kind enough to lend a helping hand? Attacked.
Yeah, and we were attacked too! Right when we were having fun with the playtesting.
So why hasn't why hasn't it appeared since?
Perhaps it needs to regain strength after your defeat. Or perhaps it is biding its time because it knows, with whatever rationality remains, that it cannot defeat you. But sooner or later, its twisted hatred will force it out of hiding, and it will move to strike its enemies. When Chiyo set her sights on a target, she was never one to waver.
Oh.
But both possibilities prove something. Nightmare fragments can be defeated, and an enemy that can be killed is one that can be split in two by the power of Muso Ishin.
There's really no other way?
Mikoshi Chiyo is gone. A fragment of a nightmare tied to a severed horn. That is all that remains. The living must take precedent over the memory of the dead.
Even having us into emotion against her, would A really be okay? Mizuki said, Archons suffer from the same turmoil as the rest of us. The dead may be gone, but that doesn't mean our emotions die with them.
Oh, who cares about the dead anyway? I'm just trying to look out for the living.
What is that supposed to mean, Miko?
Oh, I'm just concerned about our poor Bake Danuki friends.
Huh? What does that have to do with us?
The nightmare fragment has been tied to the Bakedanuki for nearly 500 years. Strike it down, and who's to say whether you take the lives of our poor friends along with it?
I beseech you, almighty Shogun, spare the young ones. It was just a momentary... oh, no. A 500-year-long lapse in judgment.
Miko, you speak the truth?
If you don't believe me, ask Mizuki and the Traveler. I'm sure they've encountered similar cases during their extensive travels.
Well, Oh! Yes. During my studies both in Liyue and Natlan.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that happen before.
Then, what would you propose? This nightmare fragment is a constant threat to Inazuma. Should all other options fail, I will take action.
If the fragment's hatred toward the world comes from a nightmare, then the most logical option is to get rid of the nightmare itself.
Right! Can't you just eat the nightmare, Mizuki?
The Yumekui Baku already tried that 500 years ago. Even yesterday, when faced with the corruption of the nightmare, Mizuki could only mitigate the effects.
What was impossible back then is not necessarily impossible now. I think Mizuki has the right idea. If we cannot eradicate the nightmares directly, why not use this entity's tricks against it? Combat illusions with illusions. Combat nightmares with dreams.
Is that even possible?
Don't forget, there are yokai that specialize in shape-shifting and illusions, and they happened to be right in front of us.
Where? Kinkaku doesn't see them anywhere!
Maybe they're hiding us trees? Or the wind?
Fools! The Kitsune is clearly referring to the Bakedanuki. Tetsunosuke, Kinkaku, must you be so dense?
Given their centuries-long connection to the nightmare fragment, they are perfectly positioned to create a dreamscape that the entity will be unable to distinguish from the real world.
Back then, the nightmare had little to no weaknesses. If we want to give the Bakedanuki an opportunity to strike, I assume you have a plan, Miko?
You said it yourself. Mikoshi Chiyo is gone. All that remains is a fragment of her nightmare, already broken and vulnerable. Besides, Mizuki is an old friend, one that is not to be underestimated. She has traveled the land studying dreams and is far more capable than those old fossils back then.
Oh,
Not gonna say anything.
She just usually doesn't compliment me to my face. But Miko's right. If we work together, I'm confident we can put together a ritual to subdue the nightmare fragment.
Once we perform the ritual, it will take some time for the barrier to take effect. Luckily for us, we have two formidable warriors on our side. Our festival representative, who also happens to have extensive experience against dark forces, and the almighty Shogun, unmatched in combat. I'm sure the two of you can buy us some time.
There's just one problem. Since this entity can pass through the ley lines, its movements are unpredictable. If we're going to create a barrier, how can we be sure it appears where we want?
The solution to that is obvious. If the nightmare fragment despises all sources of joy and happiness, then naturally, a joyous occasion would be an evil beyond measure. An enemy that must be annihilated at all costs.
So, if we want to lure it out...
Then the obvious target would be
The Mikawa Flower Festival!
What joy could possibly compare to finishing one's work right before the deadline?
I would imagine we can all think of a few. But I agree. The Mikawa Flower Festival is the most plausible target. Once the enemy appears, I will pull them into the plain of Euthymia immediately. I will not put the people in danger. Traveler, I ask that you join me there so we can subdue the enemy together.
Of course.
All right. I will update everyone back at the festival and start the preparations for the ritual. I'll need your help, Mizuki. It's going to be a busy night.
Looks like an all-nighter for me.
Well, this was your idea. Oh, and don't forget, you need to finish a little fox's daydream as well.
And in a surprising twist, you were my nightmare all along.
Okay, let's talk to A.
Traveler, during the battle tomorrow, it is imperative you know your limits. If the enemy proves too much to handle, leave them to me.
But...
I know. I understand your concerns, just as you know mine. We need not say any more than that. Just get some rest and prepare yourself for the battle to come.
Get some rest, A.
One more thing. Thank you.
Anytime. Okay, everyone, that's part 2 of the Mikawa Flower Festival. It took a long time. Sorry about that. So, let's get to it. Now, listen on, view. Part 3 will be coming soon, so be sure to like and subscribe and notification bell if you want to see more Genshin Impact videos. Bye! In Honkai Star Rail and other videos. Bye again! Bye!